everyone.
Hello.
And welcome to Kirsty and Briony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
And I am Briony.
And we are recording in real life.
In real life.
Next to each other. Oh my God. Well, no, so Briony didn't want to sit next to me, so she moved across the table.
I wanted to look Kirsty in the eye the entire time.
She's very nervous. She's been blushing the whole time.
This is just going to be the giggle episode now. This is just going to be...
Wait, they're not all giggle episodes.
That's true, actually. That is true. So today is another me day.
Yeah, I'm not dreaming anymore. My dream engine is kaput. It's dead.
I swear I've been having like loads more dreams.
You've
but
been dreaming
I've also...
my dreams, probably.
Dream
a little dream, a little dream.
But the problem I've had is basically Alex has been kicking me out of bed in the morning. Because it's been so warm, we've been sleeping in the back bedroom because the window opens bigly, whereas our window opens smally. And it's also right next to the road, so it's really noisy. And so we've been sleeping in the back bedroom, but because he wants to exercise. So he kicks me out at 8 a.m. every day. But the problem is I have good dreams in that bed, but then I get up and I go into the other bed and then I forget the dreams. That's the dream. That's the bed of forgetting.
Oh, right.
The other bed is the bed of dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it sort of wipes my memory of the dream. Yeah. Although I did remember that when I told you the other day about locking Tom Bates in a cupboard.
Yeah, you did. You did remember that one. I've not remembered anything. I'm pretty sure I dreamt last night. I don't remember it. I think that I dream more when I'm not in my own bed.
Yeah.
But saying that, I don't remember anymore when I'm not in my own bed. So it's not going well. I think because it's just so hot.
Yeah.
Lately I've been waking up every morning feeling so groggy and dehydrated.
Don't
and
feel
I think
rested at all.
Yeah. So I think that's why I maybe haven't been dreaming as much. If I have been dreaming, it's been really small snippets and they're not interesting.
Oh.
I dreamt about popping a pimple the other day. That was that. That was the dream. Not really good for content. Very quick.
I've had 2 mornings, I guess, recently, where I've woken up and I've had the feeling of that was an amazing dream. And I can't remember anything about it. But I get the feeling of that was a good one.
That was a good one.
I'll record that later. And then I'm Hong Shoo. What was it? No.
I have done that a couple of times where I wake up and I'm I need to record whatever I just witnessed and I'm back to bed.
I guess sometimes things can trigger them throughout the day, but not this time.
Yeah, not recently. They've just been so fragmented. I know that I had a dream about World of Warcraft the other day. I never played World of Warcraft, but I dreamt about it.
Never played it.
No, well, I think I made what are they called? Night elf?
Yeah.
I made a night elf once and played for about 15 minutes and then quit.
Oh,
and went back to Habbo Hotel.
The far superior game, I think you're fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Much more lore.
I might have had a Tauren maybe at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I barely played it. Barely.
I had 2 characters. I can't remember what one of them was, but the other one was a Tauren. Because that's the
the cow.
Yeah, because I had one and its first name was Mau and its surname was Kau. So it was Mau Cow.
I don't remember what I called my characters at all. I have absolutely... I must have been about 10, 11, maybe. And nope. No memory. No memory. I just remember being a night elf and walking through a forest and killing some mobs. And then I was this sucks.
I remember, I was actually quite fascinated with it because I remember playing, I don't remember the names of any of the things, much to the disappointment of many of our friends.
Yep.
But there's I did find it fascinating how there's that big place and you go to it and it's all big and beautiful, and then there's the big destructive thing when that patch came and it was all just desolated. And I was that must have, if you were playing at that time, that must have been really oh my God, this world that I knew, it's just gone. And I was like, I can appreciate this. And then I stopped playing. I appreciate this, but not that much.
Not enough to stay.
Yeah.
Back to Habbo. They kind of did that with Final Fantasy 14, didn't they? Like, with 1.0, which I never played, the game was so bad that they destroyed it, and they had an in-game apocalypse, and then just destroyed the actual game itself and released it again and said, "Oh, the world ended. It's better now. Please play our game."
I mean, I guess maybe it is better to just sort of like nip it in the bud and start again.
I think it's very cool how they were like, okay, we realised that our game sucks. We're going to just take it down and remake the whole thing from the ground up. Like, that's commitment. That's nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of games that I think need that.
Meanwhile, I was on Maple Story.
Oh my God. I never played Maple Story. I was talking to Toasty yesterday. Toasty's down and she was at the pub. And we were talking about a bunch of old, like, crappy MMO type games that we played when we were kids.
Yeah.
And there was a website called SherwoodForest.com. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
No.
Oh, no, it was MadeMarian.com, but there was a game in it called Sherwood Forest. And it was basically like you're in a fantasy setting, you made your character, and there were like clans. And Toasty said, like, oh, we would plan to go and attack the other clans. We'd be like, right, the ones in room 77, we're going to go and get them today. So they all load into world 77 and they go and attack everyone.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't remember doing that so much, but I do remember playing Sherwood Forest. And there was another game on that website where you were in space. You were just an astronaut in space. And you could jump. It had like the skybox. And I guess you were on the moon, but there was another moon. Or maybe it was the Earth, but I remember it being a moon. There was a moon again in the distance, like a flat moon at the edge of the skybox. And because you were on the moon, it had zero gravity. So you could moon jump to this other moon. And so everyone would do that and just stand on the moon on the side of the hitbox and just the skybox and just be like, I did it. I finished the game. And that was it. But
my
that was one of many, 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 many weird little MMOs I tried, but I never played WoW.
Yeah. The one I'm really looking forward to is that Palia.
Yeah, a lot of people are really looking forward to that.
I saw they said it's going to be on the Switch and Nintendo Direct, and I'm just like, just let me in the playtest. I've signed up to every single playtest. Yeah. And in this one, they were like, we're doing our biggest one yet to like stress test. There's going to be 200,000 people. And I was like, still not me.
That's not enough.
What about 200,000?
I know so many people, like all of like the Discord gang, like Ridian and company, like Xylus and stuff. They've all signed up for the beta. People in my Discord, like Ted and company, they've all signed up for it. Nobody's got one.
Yeah.
Nobody out of all those people have got one.
It's made
I
up.
feel like one person I know might have got a key, but they don't want to play it because no one else has got it.
I guess that is the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. But it looks really fun and I think it'll be fun to play. I think we should play it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because it's like my main problem with a lot of games is I don't like
combat.
Not even combat, but just like grey and brown colour palettes. I get very bored of quite easily. So when I'm looking at things like the Dark Souls, those types of things where I'm just a bit like, whereas this one it's like Sea of Thieves, but an MMO. It's like that sort of vibrant.
I'm kind of the same. If a game is really, really colourful, I'm in. I'm sold. I love it. But I do like Dark Souls and stuff. But it took me a long time to play Dark Souls because everyone was like, oh, you should play it. But the minute I see a game with a really bright, lovely sky, like when BioShock Infinite came out, BioShock of all games, I was like, that looks very bright. I'm going to play it.
Well, it's like when we
BioShock
played
1 and 2, I don't care. I'm not interested because it's very dark and boring.
Yeah. Like Astroneer was like so nice just because we were running around on this really, like everything was colourful. I'm so easily... Same. Suckered into games. Yep. It's like with Wild Frost. Because the style of that game is so cute, I punish myself with it day in, day out. Yep. Like I literally had a message from Trot yesterday because he saw I was playing it and he just pinged me and he was like, I have a question for you. Why are you playing this? And I was like, and then I finally beat the game, sort of ish. Like I beat the first thing, and those boilies as to what happens. But And then he was like, "You going to uninstall now?" And I was like, "No, I just unlocked the next level of pain. Why would I uninstall now?" But it's so cute. And I feel like I gave up with games like Monster Train, which is a more balanced game, but because the style of it, I didn't go back to it.
It's like Darkest Dungeon. A lot of people really, really love Darkest Dungeon, but I just don't like the way it looks. So I've not tried it, but I know I'd enjoy it. But I think it was Bree playing Darkest Dungeon 2. And while it looks very similar, it's slightly more pretty.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now I'm kind of tempted. Like, I don't want to be like Rare graphics, Rare. It's not that. If it's a really terrible game graphically, I don't care as long as it's colourful and nice looking.
That's the other thing that can put me off is if a game is colourful, but if the characters' heads are too big.
What?
Like in My Time in Portia.
Oh, right.
If their heads were like a little bit smaller, I probably would have gone back to it. But there's something about these big, like, it's like people think cute equals bobblehead. And I'm like, no, it really disturbs me. And I just can't.
Is this why you don't like Lalafels?
Maybe.
Which I'll never forgive you for. I can't believe this.
But yeah, I feel like there's always that crossover point. I think you get it with like the Harvest Moon games. Some of them they're like very cute, but then sometimes the Story of Season games go slightly too far and the heads get bigger, and I'm like, no, stop it now. I wish that was like a sliding scale on character
Life
creation.
Was very good for that. Did you ever play A Wonderful Life?
No, but that's the next one that they're redoing, isn't it?
That is the next one that's out soon. So Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life was on GameCube, and I loved it. Like it was the only Harvest Moon game I'd ever played at the time. And then when the next one came out on like the Wii, I bought it, and it was more like the other Harvest Moon games, and I was like, I don't like this. I'm going back to A Wonderful Life. It's just so much different. I think like it's just very cool, and they are releasing that. I think is it this month or next month on Switch? A Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. But it's so good because the one thing when I first started playing Stardew, and Stardew is like the king of farming games now. I was like, is this going to be like A Wonderful Life in that the world moves on with you? Because in A Wonderful Life, you get your farm as like a young adult or whatever, and you go through chapters. So the first chapter is 1 year. Yeah. The second chapter is 2 years, something like that. And it goes on, it's like the whatever chapter is 5 years. And as you go through these chapters, the villagers change, they get older, you get older. Like towards the end, you have grey hair. Yeah. And you have a kid, they get older. So like in Stardew, when you had a kid, it was like, are they going to get older? No? Oh, okay.
They go from baby to slightly bigger baby.
And like in Stardew, the old lady, what's her name?
Evelyn.
When I first met her, I was like, she gonna die. Because in A Wonderful Life, there are old villagers who die because you're on this farm for like 30 years. But when that didn't happen, I was like, oh, okay, that's one thing that A Wonderful Life has on Stardew. Well, I really like, so I think you should play.
They kill off the old
people.
I need a mod for that. Maybe we can put a mod in for that.
Villagers get old and die mod. But no, it's so sad. Like it's because I don't want to spoil it because I want you to play it because it's so fun. But like when it does happen, like the people that they leave behind get really upset, and it's like it makes the whole place feel like more alive. Yeah, you know, it's really really sad, but also very cool.
That's good because there's a few things like that when we last played Stardew that I asked Rithian to put in because those sorts of things can give it like that bit more like dimension, I guess. And like I asked Rithian to put in the one where people will, if you don't marry characters, they can marry each other.
To others,
because I hate when games are just like player sexual. Yeah. They're like, if I can't marry you, guess I'll die alone.
I'll just die.
So it's nice when it has that. Also, then I got afraid to marry anyone because I was like, I don't want to get in the way of their love. So I just sort of let them all get on with it sort of thing. But yeah, it is nice when you have those like extra summon. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for it. I played a Harvest Moon on my DS, but I never finished it because the game bugged. So when it got to winter, my barn fell down and blocked the farm, and I couldn't leave, and I was just stuck in a forever
rip
winter tundra. So I never got married. I loved the game to the point where when I first brought it home, I played it for so long that I couldn't focus on anything further away than my DS. Because I played it through the night and I looked outside and it, like, my parents were away, so I was just like, I can look after myself.
I just play video games all day.
Yeah. And I just remember like looking outside, it being light, and I couldn't focus on the lamppost, and I was like, I broke myself.
I should take a break. No, I definitely recommend it when it comes out. Definitely try it. The original on the GameCube was very buggy.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I don't know which Harvest Moons had been brought over from Japan, but it was pretty poorly translated and a bit buggy. But it was charming. It was charming. You just sort of ran with it like, oh, it's bugged out again. Classic Harvest Moon.
I hope they've sorted some of the things that I didn't like about Sozput. Pioneers of Olive Town.
What did you not like about that?
So, well, there were two main things. Well, three main things.
Because I could probably tell you.
So the first thing was that if you had a same-sex relationship, you didn't have a wedding, you had a best friend ceremony.
Oh, God.
And I was like,
I think they fixed that, because in the original you couldn't have a same-sex anything. But in this one they've opened it up so you can now be a boy or a girl. You can marry anyone you want, I think. Because the way it was originally...
Just don't marry the old.
Just don't marry the old. They'll die. Sorry, I'm going off on one because it's a GameCube game and I love GameCube games. This is just me. This is my special subject. So the first one came out, A Wonderful Life. You were a dude. You had 3 potential wives. You had Nami, Celia, and Muffy. Muffy. They've changed their names though in this new one. Muffy's not called Muffy anymore, I don't think. I don't know what she's called. But Muffy was like the blonde barmaid. She was the easiest wife to get. She was very easy.
The Hayley of the world.
Yes. Celia, she might have been Cecilia, or I don't know. Anyway, she was like the default wife. She was like, she had brown hair like you. She wore green clothes like you. She lived on the farm next door. And it was like, oh yes, we'll go marry Celia. Like that's the best thing to do. And then there was Nami, who was like an androgynous, like ginger-haired, edgy teenager who lived in the bar above like where Muffy worked. And it was really hard to marry her because she just sat in her fucking room the whole time.
Relatable.
She did not leave her room. And it's like, right, she's going to leave her room at 8 p.m. for half an hour. I need to be there so I can talk to her and give her a flower. And I married her because I was determined to marry her. But yeah, so then they re-released the game as Another Wonderful Life, where you could be a girl and you could marry some of the male villagers.
Yeah.
So now in the new one, all of them are available, I think. So
nice.
Yeah.
The other problem I had with it was that all of the marryable candidates were like, there was hardly any variety. It was like all just teenagers. And as someone in your 30s, it feels weird when all of this romanceable character is just like, oh, geez, yeah, my mum and dad, they really like kill my vibe. And I'm just like, oh, no, no. So like, I guess if it is like at least someone old enough to work in a bar, like that's a start.
They might have censored Muffy now, but she did. She had her like little tits out, and she had like a fancy red cocktail dress. She had big, long, curly blonde hair. Honestly, Muffy was my first wife because she was the easiest one to marry. Yeah. And I was like, nah, I don't want to marry Muffy. But now, honestly, I kind of like Muffy. She's all right. But no, there was a range. Like Celia worked. She wasn't a teenager, I don't think. She was sort of the same age as you. Muffy worked in a bar, so she must have been. The only one who was younger, there was a girl called Luna, I think. And she was like in an expansion or a re-release of the game. And she was young. Yeah. Like, it was weird because when you first get the farm, she is very young. Like, she's too young. And then as you go through the game, she becomes an adult and then she becomes a marriage person. Yeah. And it's like, she's a little bit young for us, but okay. We'll put that one on the back burner while I'm trying to get Nami to marry me.
And then my third problem with it, this is just a moaning podcast.
Yeah. It's just a Harvest Moon podcast.
Was all of the like automation things couldn't be upgraded. So you'd have like, this is a thing that does 5 wood into a plank. And then if you want to do more, you have to get another one and another one.
Right.
And I was just like, you just filled your farm with like 10 different wood things and 10 different stone things and 10 different ore. And I was just like, combine them, please.
So in A Wonderful Life, there was none of that.
Oh.
There was no, I don't know about automation in terms of like milking the cows and stuff, but this was like one of the only Harvest Moon games where when you started the game, you didn't start with just a manky field full of rocks.
Oh,
which
you're
is
like
why,
established.
Yeah, you literally, you get there, you have a field and it's got some wheat in it. And you go and chop it down and it never gets like, there's no crafting or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or not that I can remember anyway. There's cooking, but there's no crafting. Which is why when I then got the one on the Wii and I went into my farm and like the classic Stardew thing, if you turn up and everything's a dump, I was like, what? Return this game immediately?
Imagine going back into game like, there's nothing wrong with my game. Like my farm is trash.
Is a mess. But yeah, in A Wonderful Life, you just have a field and it's fine and there's no crafting or anything. So
I guess because it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a wonderful life. So there's more time to just bugger off and go and talk to everyone in the town before they die.
Oh, jeez. It was a wonderful life. Shall we listen to a dream?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oops, I have no memory of either of these dreams. They were a few weeks ago. This one is the 3rd of June.
You've got a real backlog of dreams.
I do. I've even been able to be like selective with dreams. I've been like, no, I won't record that one. But I am down to my last 2, so I will have to start recording a few more. But okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. I had a dream that I don't remember how it started, but I remember I had been visiting my family and I was about to say bye and I was leaving with my auntie and my niece had to go to school, so I was like, okay, I can just walk her to school. But she was wearing the uniform of her primary school. And I was like, hang on, aren't you going to your secondary school? So she was like, oh, okay, get changed. And then we were leaving and it changed to, instead of leaving my parents, I was leaving Silas's house. And instead of leaving with my auntie, I was leaving with Kirsty. And we literally like stepped out the door and then Kirsty was like, oh wait, I forgot something. And so in the time that it had taken us to leave, like Silas had stripped down his pants and was just sat with like a bowl of water on his lap, and Kirsty going back in made him jump. He was like, what are you doing? Why are you coming back in? And he like threw the water in the air everywhere, and Kirsty for some reason had decided to film herself going back in, and she was just like, ah, I'm sorry. And then I was waiting for, I think I was meant to be waiting for my niece to get dressed. And I went back in and Silas was like, oh, can I ask you something? And for some reason I replied with like, of course, my angel. And he was about to ask me the question. And that's when I woke up. I don't know what it was. But he was dressed by that point. The end. Bye-bye.
I like how you say, for some reason, I said, of course, my angel. You would just say that anyway.
Of course, my angel. Oh, I suddenly remembered what that dream was like halfway through and was like, oh no, here it comes.
Why are you always dreaming about Silas naked?
Yeah, well, at least he had pants on this time.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Silas. I I don't
could
know.
message Xylus and get a live Xylus reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Just message him. Let's find
Yeah, see what he thinks. Briony is dreaming about you in your pants again. He'd probably be like, damn straight.
Hi, Xylus. Me and Briony are currently recording comforts. Wait, no, actually. Hi, Xylus. You're live on Comfort Zone. Briony just had a dream. Another dream.
That I was
About-
filming you in your pants.
Another dream that you were in your pants
With a bowl of water.
with a bowl of water. Care to comment for our viewers? For our
For
listeners.
the listeners at home. Or wherever they are.
For our listeners at home. There we go. All right. Live Xylus reaction incoming.
I guess you don't have to say listeners at home anymore, do you? I guess that was an old radio thing where
Yeah,
you
I
only
guess they're
had
not really at
radios
home
in the-
anymore.
Yeah.
Where are you, everybody? Tell
Where
us
are you?
where you're listening from. I think Triforce did that and 0 Degrees did that. So
Oh yeah, you get the nice
Yeah.
like
take a
listening to you
picture
in the field.
and show us where you're listening. Unless it's somewhere a bit dodgy, then don't do that.
Don't
Thanks.
dox yourselves.
Don't dox yourselves. Yeah.
Take a picture, include your home address in today's newspaper, and we send one of you a prize. I have no idea where to start with this dream. I
It's
don't think
very-
Xylus is in my book.
No. What about water? Oh no, we know what water is.
Water's
It's
always
anxiety, isn't it?
stress, yeah.
It's stress.
And like, I guess the fact it was just a little bowl, maybe
Just a little bit of stress.
I feel like I have something I'm stressed about, but it's manageable. It's just
Unless somebody jumps you and you spill it everywhere.
films me in my pants.
Yeah.
I like. It's so weird how dreams can do that thing of shifting, because obviously it was like my auntie and my parents' house, and then all of a
And then it
sudden you
became
like,
us.
yeah, it
Yeah.
just turns into. I think I was thinking about my auntie near the time because I have been. Yeah, she sent me an anniversary card, and I was thinking, I've not seen her in a while, and also, she. This is gonna sound really. It's like sad, but not sad. But you know when you get used to, you always get cards from like, and they're signed from like love, auntie blah blah, and uncle blah blah. And for some reason, my uncle didn't sign the card.
Oh.
For the first time ever. And it's probably just that she was sending it on a day that he was out, and she was just like, oh, I'll just get it sent so it's there on time because they live in Ireland. But it made me think, what about a time when my uncle isn't there to sign a card? And it made me really sad, just the
Briony.
concept of my uncle not signing cards anymore.
Oh.
So I guess that's why she would have been in the dream.
Yeah.
But then, you know, Xylus was there to keep it light.
Oh, bless.
And I guess maybe like the imagery of like someone walking into a room and filming and someone being caught unawares is probably to do with streaming, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. It often is, isn't it?
Yeah, like I can't think of what I would have been streaming. In fact, I wasn't even streaming at that time because I took these two. This was the 3rd of June and I took the 1st and the 2nd off, and the 3rd would have been a Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess, in fact, I was really stressed that weekend. Why isn't this more stressful? I had so much work to do that weekend because I took 2 days off. So this is actually quite light.
Oh, that's good. That's good? Question mark?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
Maybe you just replaced yourself with Xylus.
Maybe.
For some reason.
Really, I'm naked Xylus.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all a little bit naked Xylus?
Inside you, there are 2 Xyluses.
One in his pants. But like, I reckon
No live Xylus reaction as yet. by the
No,
way.
we're
I think
blocked.
he's blocked and deleted me. So.
I guess like my niece changing school uniforms is probably to do with like, oh,
Okay. Live Xylus reaction. He said, He's typing. He's typing. I'll get back to you on that. Carry on.
I guess, like, the fact that, because she is in secondary school now, and I guess,
she really?
Yeah, and it's like time has moved so much. Like, I still think of her as being, you know, my little niece. I know she's growing up into this little person, and it's just weird. Like, so I guess maybe that's just to do with like changing times. And
it is crazy how quickly it happens. I was thinking about this yesterday, actually, about my cousins, because they're like coming on at 18 now.
Yeah.
And I remember when they were born, and it's just weird.
Yeah. It's so strange.
Like, I took my little cousin to Comic-Con. He dressed as Batman, and we went and met Iron Man and stuff. And now he's going to college, and I'm just like, oh.
I'm really dreading when my niece gets to the age where she doesn't want anything to do with me anymore. Because I know that, like, I went through a phase where if we were going out to see our, like, extended family, I'd be like, oh, fine, oh, yeah, sure. And I'm just like, I don't want to be that to her. I want her to always be excited to see me.
Okay, I have the second part of Xylus's live reaction.
Oh.
He said, cool, I guess, ? Though I am a little concerned at how frequently I appear close to naked in her dreams. You and me both. Thank you, Xylus.
Oh, for being a guest again. Maybe I should start vetting my dreams before I play them live on a podcast. No.
You tell me you don't vet them? Isn't like the top of the list naked Xylus?
Yeah. I just have a filter on my phone that's like, listen out for this word and bring those ones to the top. I'm scared to say this now, but should we listen to the other one?
Oh, let's do it.
Again, I have no memory of this dream, so I am concerned. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. I had a dream that I had just graduated, and there was this ceremony, and we were all dressed in like purple suits, I think. And I thought it was just like some like university alumni thing or something, but then the person who ran the course was like, congratulations on being the most recent graduate of the Cannibal cult. And I was like, wait, what? Because I was just sort of like lying on the floor, just like lounging around, and I was like, I turned to my friend and I was like, wait, what did she just say what I thought she said? And then it was like nighttime, and the teacher lady, like the head lady, was like, okay, here are your first victims. And she just like, this crowd of like normally just people came out, and I was just there like, what are we gonna do? And I found myself like in this laboratory, and I was trying to figure out how to send a message to the police about this and be like, there's just a big group of cannibals. And I think I was trying to work out where the people must have come from. I was like, have I seen like missing posters for them, or like, are they volunteers? And I was in this lab, and there are all these like weird like skeleton models, and then I thought like, oh, I know how I can send a message. But I suddenly was really tiny, and there was this person who was like a massive crow, like they were controlling this massive crow, and I was trying to get by without getting got by the crow. But or either that or I had to ask the crow, I don't know, there was something about this big crow, and I was also sort of worried it was gonna poop on me. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I think I figured out who one of the people was at some point, but I don't really remember anything else. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh my god.
There you go, that was a wild ride.
Yeah. Big Crow reminds me of when we played Tales from the Loop.
Oh yeah, with all
There
the
were lots of
blood.
herbs that were controlled by someone.
Yeah. I looked up cannibalism.
Okay.
And it says to dream of cannibalism usually represents unsophisticated or inappropriate behavior.
Oh.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It's a little bit inappropriate.
Just a bit.
It
Makes
also
sense.
says absorbing powers or qualities belonging to someone else. But I guess that it does say like eating human flesh in a dream can mean that we are taking in wrong information. But I was like horrified by this.
Yeah,
I
you
was
never
never
actually
like,
did it.
yeah.
So I like how you were graduating from uni and somehow you weren't you were
Aware
informed
at all, yeah.
that you were doing a cannibal course.
I was just like lying around, and then this person was like,
This has been a weird course, but I've had a good time.
I wonder how I'm going to use this in the real world. And they're like, you graduated cannibals. Wait,
Hang on a second. What? I like how they have purple robes too, especially for cannibalism.
Wait, is there a significance?
What? Purple?
Purple.
Probably.
Purple. There's no purple, but there's violet, or magenta's more like pink, isn't it? Violet is this color, while found by some to be too strong, means nobility, respect, and hope. Its purpose is to uplift.
Oh.
I respect the cannibal cult. They're noble
They're
and fill me
uplifting.
with hope. They are strong. No, how bizarre. I wonder why it would have been purple.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about purple at all.
Purple or cannibals?
Yeah.
Did you watch anything that had a cannibal in it?
Not really. I don't really tend to watch anything too scary.
Nothing too spooky.
What date was this? Can I
You said it was the start of
pinpoint?
June, right? Or was
Well,
that
this
that was
one
the Silas
was
one?
that was the 16th of June, that one.
Oh, okay.
So let me look at this is why I keep a schedule in my Discord, so I can see what I did. So wait, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It would have been the night after we played Kirby Craft.
Oh.
Did we do anything purple 2 weeks ago in Kirby Craft?
We were going to make our Amethyst Castle.
Oh yeah, maybe that was
We
it. Maybe I was
started
just
making the
looking at-
bridge.
Oh, strange. I don't even think I would have been watching anything then. The only thing I've really been watching is like Taskmaster, and Alex has had the tennis on. I don't think there's any cannibals
No
in
cannibals,
tennis.
no purple.
No.
No.
How strange.
It's just your brain then.
It's just me.
It's just you. It's just a little bit of cannibalism.
I also looked up crow, and it says dreaming of a crow can have two meanings. Traditionally, the crow warns of death,
Oh, good.
but may also represent wisdom and deviousness.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess like cannibals are a little bit devious. They're a bit
Just
naughty.
a bit, yeah. Just a little bit.
Naughty little cannibals. I'm trying to think if I would have seen anyone play like, I don't know, like a vampire game or something. Maybe I tuned in to someone playing something. I can't think. What are the Scream Queens? Is that what's on after us on a Friday? Could I have maybe like seen a bit of it
Aren't they
after
on a Monday?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is anyone after us on a Friday?
Elden Ring?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are there cannibals in Elden Ring?
Probably.
So strange. It's quite like, I feel like there should be some sort of big symbolism in the dream, but I just can't think
but
what it
there
was.
isn't really, yeah.
I remember at one point, like the people that came in, I remember thinking like, oh, I used to be friends with one of them in school or something, I think. There was one lady that I was like, oh yeah, I think I recognize her. And I was thinking, did she recognize me? Does she know that I'm in a cannibal cult despite being vegan? Somehow I've wound up in a cult. But yeah, very strange.
Well, Jesus, I don't really know how to.
How to unpack this?
Yeah. How do you unpack that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you
Silas in his
graduated.
pants not looking so bad now, is it?
No.
Let's go
much
back
more
to
appealing.
those. Yeah.
It's fine. Silas doesn't listen to the podcasters.
No.
Only Rithian. Hi, Rithian.
Rithian, don't tell him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Just a bit of a weird one.
It is a bit weird. It must have been something that you saw or something, but I guess it was so long ago, it's hard to remember.
Yeah. I wonder if, like, university would be, it turns out I don't know the alphabet, T-U-V. I wonder if, like, graduating or university.
Yeah, maybe.
Dreaming of being in a university highlights our own individual potential and learning ability. We may not be particularly academic in waking life, true, but may be subconsciously aware of our ability to connect together with people of like minds.
Oh,
no, I don't want to
cannibals.
connect with the cannibals.
I don't want to. Please.
No. So, right, I'm gonna go back to the cannibals. Let me find the cannibals again.
Okay.
Is there any sense of why?
Why?
So it says, to be aware of eating human flesh may indicate our dislike of unsuitable foods or actions. There is often a part of ourselves we have not internalized, which we need to absorb.
Okay.
We need to eat ourselves? What?
What? Maybe it's something about being vegan.
Maybe. Oh, would I have...
Did you go somewhere where you had to eat something crap? Like you had to just have chips or something?
No, I don't think so. I streamed the next day. So I guess maybe I would have been aware that I was streaming on a Saturday, which I don't normally do. But that's not me. That's not an unsuitable action that I'm doing.
Not suitable. You shouldn't stream on Saturdays. What are you doing?
I swear I did something else on that day as well, but I can't think what it was that I might have been aware of. There was something that I had to do, but I don't remember. Join a cult. That was it.
That was it.
I've nailed it. Oh, I'll look up cult. Ooh, going to all the fun parts of the book now. Cult. Symbols. No. Cup. Cul-de-sac?
Cul-de-sac?
Cube? Cuckoo? There's no cult. What? Is there another word for cult? Posse?
Posse. Well, there's a lot more mild words like group or club.
Yeah.
But not quite cult level.
They don't have the same
Impact.
I don't know. Okay, if I was looking at this as like...
Maybe it's just like as simple as something happened that, or you found yourself in a situation where you were like, oh, this is not where I wanted to be right now.
Yeah.
Like maybe it was because you had so much work to do. You were like, oh, geez, I didn't realize, now I'm stuck in this cannibal cult doing all this work.
I guess it could also be like, this might be stretching it too far, but I have eaten a lot of people recently. No, I wonder if it's recently I have had a little bit of that same feeling again of, do you ever, when you're streaming, you just stop and you just have that feeling of like, why does anyone watch me?
Yeah.
I'm so boring.
Every day.
And I think because I've been doing a lot more like collaborative streams, it's emphasized it a bit more because I'm like when I do the streams with Sarah, I'm just like, she is like so much more entertaining
She's
than
so
me.
funny.
Yeah, she's like natural born entertainer. And then there's like Shadow, who's really funny. And then on Fridays I'm with like you and Rithian, and you're both like, Rithian is so like articulate and he can always say what he means.
Yeah.
And then you're hilarious.
I don't think so. I sit there and I think the same thing about you.
I guess that's the problem. Maybe we all feel like we're out of place in a cannibal cult.
What are we doing with our lives?
But I guess maybe it's that feeling of like, because obviously as someone who is so opposed to cannibalism. This is my big statement. I'm really putting
I really don't like cannibalism.
Yeah, I'm putting myself out there with these hard, hot takes that I've got. Cannibals, they're not cool. But yeah, I'm like, maybe it is that, obviously as someone who doesn't even eat, meats that are considered conventionally acceptable, maybe that is my brain's way of being like, I feel out of place sometimes. I don't feel like I belong in some things, which isn't true, because it's not that I don't feel like I belong, but it's just that I feel it's imposter syndrome, isn't it? Yeah, and I would make a terrible cannibal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you would. I'm not even going to lie to you, Briony. It'd be awful.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's probably just something to do with that.
Yeah, I think it is probably as simple as that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's something you think about every day when you do what we do. Just,
why is anyone here?
Why is anyone here? I'm terrible at my job.
Yeah. Good fun.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
And I guess on the other side of things as well, I still have paint in my hair from yesterday's craft stream. On the other side of things as well, I have a friend who put me in contact with their vegan friend, because I was saying that I don't really have any vegan friends, and there's things that it'll be odd, because I'm like, who can I talk to about feeling about this way or this way? And so he was just like, I'll put you two together. Aww. So in a way it was quite nice, but I guess maybe it was to do with that as well, because I think that was around about this time.
Now you can start your own cult.
Yay! The anti-cannibal cult. Who's on board?
It depends. What colour are your robes?
Oh, they're very lovely purple. Oh. Which gets confusing when we meet the cannibal cult, because theirs are very similar. But
there's a violet, okay?
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah. Well, there you go. From Harvest Moon to Cannibals.
Yeah. Damn.
We've travelled far.
We have. We've gone all over the shop.
Yeah.
And back again.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you for a very lovely chat. And in person.
You. Oh my God, in person, no less. It's very nice.
I've locked the door, so they're all in person from now on.
Oh. Oh no, you're going to have to share that bubble tea then. We need sustenance.
Can someone put some we can only eat envelope-shaped food from now on that can be slid under the door.
Envelope-shaped food. Just crackers.
Just crackers. I quite like crackers. But yeah.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Well, fingers crossed that you haven't, because that was the end of my dream bank as well. So
yeah. Oh damn! I better have some dreams then.
Yeah. I think
slacking.
No spoilies, but we should have a guest next time.
True.
So we do get another week off before we actually need to have any dreams.
Oh my goodness, that's good. I will try my best to have some dreams. I'll eat some cheese before bed.
And drink apple juice. That's
drink
gonna
apple
help.
Juice and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Briony.
Thank you, Kirsty, for a lovely chat. And thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you, everybody.
And until next time, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And cut. Thank you.
End scene.
End scene. Time to go and eat some human flesh.
Ooh, tasty. Can't believe I had to pretend not to be a cannibal again.